Alright, so in today's video, we're going to talk about a pretty cool tool in SSA that is probably underutilized in the community, to be honest. But it's going to be email alerts, and depending on where we're at in the process and what it is, it's going to be various alerts. But there's especially times, different times for different reasons, where we'd really like to just touch that homeowner with another little bit of information, maybe a reminder, maybe just letting them know something. If they're really engaged, they're really in tune, and you've set the expectation for them to get some emails from us, just letting them know what's going on. A lot of times they're going to be looking out for those emails. So I'm going to jump right into it because we got a lot of stuff to cover, and it may be a little bit long video here, but we're going to talk. We're going to jump right into the settings, and I'm going to show you some of the templates that we have, and then I want to look at some of the live. Some of the templates actually being used in live time, so you can see what that would look like. So we're going to jump into our email templates here. And we've got various styles of templates we can use. So we can use some 24-hour emails. So these are going to send out emails, reminders of when the install is going to start. We've got some welcome emails. So we've got a welcome email already set up here, and that's just going to, as soon as we add that client into the system with their email, they're going to get an alert, letting them know, hey, look, welcome to the company with a special message from us. And then also it's going to show them the site, give them a link for the client portal, and then their login information, which will be their username and then a unique password they can change. But we can also send out SMS messages. If they click when they go into that client portal, they need to agree to some terms. One is going to be that we store the information there. It's just something the FCC, and there's some other regulations that we're wanting to abide by there with that. But then the other one is also going to be for them to accept the SMS messages, and this is also a third-party integration. We're integrated with Twilio, where we can actually send those SMS messages out as well for reminders, and then updates at different statuses through the process. We can send some lead emails. We can do job status, and that's the ones we're going to jump into today. Then we can also do some trade statuses, which are just as important. But for today's video, I just set up a couple of emails to be triggered at different statuses. One's going to be the bid email, and the other is going to be our ready for the calendar. But we're also going to take a look at that welcome email as well. So let's jump in and add a client real quick. And usually we would add a lead in, and then once that, if this was say a call from the office, or even if we were door knocking, we would go ahead and add a lead in. But for the sake of the video today, we're just going to go ahead and add the client, because once we run the appointment, then we would convert that lead to a client. Alright, sorry about that. So now that we've added our client, now we need to add a job. So that's what we are now, is our edit job page. And we're going to leave the status blank for now, and we're going to jump in here and we're going to say it's a retail deal. We would visit this page a few times through the process, for sure, once we get some of this information, so we can come back in and fill it in, like the job total date. That's just going to show for reporting. And then we've got a little bit of other information here. So if you want to send out SMS messages, we're going to need to fill that cell phone field. Let's select the salesperson and inquiry date. And how was the lead generated? Let's say it's a referral. And if we were taking this call in, let's say at the office, for example, we could add this information in as a lead or a client, and then we would be able to put this directly onto the sales rep or the project manager's task calendar right here. So we could set it up for whatever that appointment may be, and then we can also email that project manager so that they know immediately that there's a job or an appointment that's been added to their schedule. We can put a task in there, and then we can put some reminder notifications. For today's video, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go ahead and add this job in. Alright, so as soon as we added that client, we put that information, email address and all, and we hit update client, we would have gotten an email. So I'm just going to jump into another, and we see we've got a new email here. So here we can see just a welcome email from Southworks. Welcome to Southworks Roofing, serving a set area. We have a template for this that we would use, which is what this is. But you can edit this and change this up how you want to. You could put pictures of different people in here if you wanted to. But you can do some pretty cool stuff. And then we've got a reminder in here just letting them know that there's going to be some terms that they need to accept. whenever they get into this client portal. And this is the link for the portal, and this is going to be the username and password right here. And so, but they can click here and they'll be able to go straight into that. So let's jump back to our inbox. All right, so let's say, so just to fill in the blank, so we've now, let's say we've ran this appointment. So we've gone out and we didn't do very good today. We didn't close. We didn't bring back the contract. So, but the homeowner said they really like us, and we really like that. So that made us feel good. So we decided, they said they wanted to get a bid from us, a proposal, and they asked if we could send something over to them. So we went over what the price and all was there, but we told them we'd follow up with sending something to them. So here we are now inside of the system, and we would add all of our pictures and stuff down here, get into the client portal, and then we could also shoot a message to the sales manager or whoever that may be, just let them know what's going on. Hey, look, sending the bid out on this deal. And then we'd want to put a picture of the front of the house for sure. So let's jump in here and do that real quick. All right, we got the picture of the front of the house in here. So now what we want to do is we would be sending them a bid. So we would add a bid. We're not going to go through that today. That's not the point of today's video, but we would send them a bid from the system, which we can monitor, with a red receipt and all that good stuff. And from there, after we send that bid, we want to move this status from appointment set would probably be what it should be. I left it blank, but let's move it to bid. So once we get that status to bid and we hit update, now that homeowner should have immediately got an email letting them know that where they are in the process, and we should just be able to give them a little bit of information. Let's jump back into our email account over here, and boom, we got a new email. So hey, hello Johnny Blaze. So we want to thank you for allowing us to come out and provide a solution to your recent roofing issues. So this was something a little custom. And then they've got down here, they do not reach the bar that we set, please let us know. So they've got an admin email and then a phone number. Oh, and then we've got a picture of the front of the house down here, and we've got the client's information. So, okay, all right, so let's jump back into the system, and let's fast forward a little bit. Let's say, okay, they like what we've done. They signed our proposal. We've gone out and we've signed a contract with this homeowner. So now we would jump in here, and as a sales rep, we have added a trade and we've completed our work order, which would consist of our material, shingle color, all that good stuff, and then what we're actually going to do there, removing, replacing such and such, and how many accessories and all that good stuff. And from that work order, we would be able to send that order, so that'll auto-populate from that order, from that work order. But now we're going to put this for, as a project manager, I'm going to put this for ready for calendar. And now that I move it to ready for calendar, I'm going to send a message and let admin know that, to please schedule this project. So we've sent a message for this project to be put on the schedule. But when we put this job into ready for calendar, again, homeowner should have received an email. So let's jump back in here into our inbox. Boom, we got a couple of emails. Here we are. So let's see what they say. Hello again, Johnny Blaze. Welcome to Southworks Roofing. Believe it or not, the hard part is over. Now it's up to us to get your new roofing job scheduled and installed. So we're kind of setting some expectations here, letting them know that they're on the queue for the calendar, not on the calendar yet, looking at the complexities of the job. And then we'll let them know, and once we know how all that folds out, we'll be able to schedule it. And then that's a tentative date still, and rain out something, of course, that can happen. So thank you in advance for your patience. So we're just kind of giving them a little tidbit, and we're just letting them know that this can be a complicated process. This doesn't overall sell jobs, but if we're doing a great job, these types of small messages and alerts back to these homeowners, letting them know, keeping them informed, it's going to create a happier client. At the end of the day, we should be able to collect those reviews, get some referrals, and get that check and get on down the road. So I hope this video today was helpful. If you guys have questions about anything or would like to learn a little bit more, please feel free to book a time with us to walk through SSA and see if it's a fit for you and your team. Thank you again.